Startups get the party, startups get the party started. Startups get the party, startups get the party started. You want tech and tacos, tacos and tech, you know we got tacos and tech is on smash. For the green, guacamole, keep accountants counting beans. Contador cuentan frijoles, founders trying to raise some queso. La vida San Diego, school of rapping fire. Tortillas round jalapenos. In these modern times of craft beer and coffee, my coding yoga posse, fold the body, origami. We be surfing Coronado, eating tacos el gordo. The taco stand in puesto, lucha libre and sombrero. Gotta shout out Tecos, Daniels by the ocean, watch the sunset. La Jolla shores, entrepreneurs trying to get funded. When San Diego Startup Week is popping in the summer, Oceanside to Tijuana, SD be full of hustlers. From couch surfing to penthouses right on the beach. Tech leaders who believe stars are within reach. We interviewing founders who be shooting for the moon. Hashtag SD Techos with your host, Neil Bloom. Come on! Startups get the party, startups get the party started. Startups get the party, startups get the party started. Startups get the party, startups get the party started. You want tech and tacos, tacos and tech, you know we got it, hey! Startups get the party, startups get the party started. Startups get the party, startups get the party started. Startups get the party, startups get the party started. You want tech and tacos, tacos and tech, you know we got it, hey!
Welcome back, everyone, to the Tacos and Tech podcast. I'm your host, Neil Bloom, and I'm so thrilled to have on the Maven of all Maven and the Carlsbad chapter director of Startup Grind, Miss Alexandra. How are you?
I am fantastic.
It's good to have you on. I feel like we just reconnected very recently, but have been loving your energy you're putting into the startup communities around the country. And I'm so thrilled to see Startup Grind Carlsbad back in power. So congrats and thank you.
Yeah, it's really exciting because it is a lot of work running a chapter, but I feel like Southern California, really needs that energy, and we need to have it not just in San Diego where a lot of people tend to focus, but also in North County. Like the whole Southern California region is really, really important, and we have a lot of activity going on here. So I'm hoping to coalesce a lot of support for that and keep it running. Carlsbad is an amazing city. Beautiful. Nobody ever complains about coming here, right? People are like, I love Carlsbad. So it's the perfect place for to have a chapter and to, invigorate people around the startup community.
Totally. Well, I'd love to. We're going to dive into a bit more of North County specifically and Startup Grind locally, but can you take us back a little bit of the history of Startup Grind? Like give people an overview of what Startup Grind is nationally, the brand, and kind of where it got its roots.
Yeah, so Startup Grind started over 10 years ago by Derek Anderson. That's our founder. And basically, him and his buddies were, trying to allocate and get resources and stuff for their own projects. And they were pretty much like, I really wish there was a community that helps startups and, connected people and did the networking and did all this stuff. And they're like, hey, why don't we do that? So that's pretty much as simple as it is. That's pretty much how it was birthed. Someone's drive and passion for helping startups to form a community to help people take their startup and entrepreneurial journey to that next level. And it's got fantastic values because we believe in making friends, not contacts, giving first and helping others, which is not very typical in a lot of tech or business because things can be very cutthroat. But that's what we do here at Startup Grind. We are the largest global startup community. We represent over 150 different chapters across the globe, everywhere from beautiful Carlsbad all the way to Beijing, China, and beyond, right? And so being part of this global community brings a completely different feel to localized tech ecosystems as opposed to even just the bigger ones. So it's been going and going. It went through a rough time with COVID, as did everybody. We all remember those days, the C word, right? Well, let's not remember let's not remember that.
Yeah.
But it's continuing to grow, it's continuing to thrive, and we get to see a lot of that energy come together at our global conference in April, which is like the culmination of all things startup and all things amazing. So that's a little bit about it. And then we get to have our individual chapters in all the different states and countries and so forth.
Amazing. Well, I know Luis was the longtime curator for the San Diego
Yep.
startup grind. I think oh man, I'm actually even before him. I'm forgetting who it was because that's when I probably got interviewed back in like 2016 or
Yeah.
15, when
Yeah.
it was at Downtown Works way back in the day. What's
Hmm.
the Carlsbad history of startup grind? A little bit.
So the Carlsbad chapter's been around since 2018. So I kind of stumbled upon Startup Grind. I can't even really remember. I wasn't necessarily like out looking for a startup community. I've always been in the business world, and so I'm naturally doing business things. And then I stumbled upon this thing called Startup Grind, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is really cool!" And San Diego was doing these really cool events, and I was like, "Yeah, it's awesome." And I said, "I don't want to go to San Diego." I thought I'd really love to like organize some of these really cool events. And they had a button that was like apply to be a chapter director. And I was like, cool, I'm going to do that. So I hit that apply button, plugged in a lot of information, sent in my video, and kicked the chapter off. And so we had a really great time when we first started. We were hosting events around different type of entrepreneurial and business pursuits, and really building community. And then I had to move, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to go someplace. And so we did go on like a mini hiatus while we tried to look for like another director, and that was really difficult, because then I was also managing other chapters in another state.
Of course,
And
once you
then
start one, you're addicted and you want to start wherever
yeah,
you are.
yeah,
Totally.
and I have processes to keep it all going, but it was really hard to not see that startup energy. And then we started to see like the other kind of Southern California chapters kind of fizzle out, or kind of lose a little bit momentum. And people have lives, things happen. A lot of chapters, like I said, didn't survive the C word, and it was really difficult to see that vibrant spirit just kind of slowly going away. And so I decided, you know what? I can't let this go. I've got to come back to Carlsbad. I've got to see it through. And, I really started reconnecting with a lot of people who were like, yeah, you know what? We really want to see energy around like startups in this community, in this area. So I said, all right, I'm going to start hosting events. And then some people were very helpful and gracious to come alongside me so that I didn't have to do it by myself. And we're basically kicking ourselves, back into the mix with the our pitch battle that's happening next week. I'm very grateful to the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce because they are hosting it. And that's just, a wonderful thing to have that business community connected to the startup community, because startups are still businesses and people kind of like
Yeah.
forget that, but they're still businesses. And so to really kind of bring these two communities together and really leverage each other is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're going to get to the details there in a second, but we can give a quick shout out. January 14th, the pitch battle that is happening in Carlsbad. Come out to the event. I am the most recent, newest pitch judge. I think
Yeah.
I signed on 2 minutes for the podcast. You always got me in a pinch if you need me, and I'm super excited to support it. I'm a North County resident as well too, so big on there. I think, but beyond you being a chapter lead and starting up other chapters, I know you're a bridge builder too, big time, from your work
Yes.
with Chamber, but also San Diego Tech Hub, right? I think you were there, well, pretty much from the beginning, right, of getting that off the ground. One of the first real North County kind of meetup groups, if you will, right?
So yeah, I'm one of those people, early adopters of San Diego Tech Hub. I'm not one of the people who started San Diego Tech Hub, but I am one of the people who was very much an early supporter and was loving everything that Claude was doing with it and coming out to their events. And it was such an amazing force to have it here in North County. And now it's moved, it's taken a little trek, down south and so forth. And so that's another really amazing organization that is doing amazing things. and really working with startups and focusing on that startup entry and just technology in general. It's San Diego Tech Hub. And even though it's called San Diego Tech Hub, that doesn't mean it's only for people in San Diego. The same way Carlsbad and for Startup Grind, we're not here just to serve Carlsbad. We can, serve all of North County and beyond. So being there, San Diego Tech Hub, did a lot of networking there, met a lot of amazing people there, a lot of work with the Carlsbad Chamber. I am the vice chair for the executive board for the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce, which I absolutely love. That's where a lot of magic happens, and we really get to, drive business growth and innovation and serve our members well. So that's pretty exciting. And I work with a lot of nonprofits locally as well. So I stay very busy.
Yeah, I bet. What is your day to day? What is the All Maven business that you're running?
My day to day, trying to breathe and keep all my hair in. And outside of that, business development. All Maven is a business development firm. So we are focused on everything from concept to creation and beyond. So whether it's launching a new product and having a startup and doing R&D, or you need to enhance that marketing, or you need to build a tech stack, or you need new systems workflow, or you're improving sales processes, our business does all of that and in between. And I started my business originally as a creative agency because I had gone to a lot of college and picked up a lot of skills. And I thought, I'm going to pull all these skills together and actually make something. So I started a creative agency, and I was doing graphic design and web design, digital media, social media marketing. I remember time before Twitter, which is now X. And when you had to do all this extra stuff just to build like a Facebook fan page, and there was like third-party software for it. And so I was teaching classes in social media and marketing because we were literally coming up in it. Nobody had really had a lot of time to, kind of develop processes and programs for it. And so I was one of those people who's always right up at the cusp, trying to stay ahead with technology and business development and systems. And I combined all of that to form my creative agency. And then my creative agency grew and grew and grew. And then it crashed and burned because I got very, very sick, dealing with illness, and came back and then crashed and burned again for being very, very sick. And then was finally able to kind of come back, full force and everything, thanks to a lot of prayer and modern medicine. And we're really able to help businesses from a 360-degree standpoint. Instead of just focusing on one or two particular areas, we're really able to consult with businesses doing a lot of very specific things across the board, and to see how those things affect the business, not just from a marketing standpoint or a revenue standpoint, but from long-term standpoints and how they influence the market and what it is they're doing.
Wow, amazing. What a journey for you, and what a grinder to get through multiple health things, the C word, and just running a business in its own regard. We know.
Yeah. And I also
this
do the
audience
wifing
knows.
and the mothering thing too. Yeah, I do
Right.
those. I got
Yeah.
3 kids and a
Wow.
husband and 2 dogs. So
Oh
my
my
house
God.
is, yeah, it's a little crazy over here.
I love it. No, you're a grinder. That's what entrepreneurs do. They take on more and more, and that focuses you because you're like, well, this is the thing I gotta get done. No,
Yep, yep.
there's no time
Yeah.
to do something else. So I love that. Take us through what happens at a startup grind event, like both next week and what could we expect in future events as well too.
So next week is our pitch battle, and this is actually Startup Grind's first global pitch battle. So typically with a pitch battle, they're usually just localized to the chapters. Like lots of chapters do pitch battles and competitions, but this is our first global pitch battle where we've got over 100 chapters participating and hosting them throughout the regions. So what you're going to expect is you're going to hear from a variety of startups. They're going to have 2-minute pitches, no Q&A, no slides, anything. They've got to just get up there and grind it and give it to the judges. And after that, then there'll be an opportunity for some Q&A and back and forth. And the judges will then select the winners of the event. And those winners get to move to the North America semifinals. And the winner of the chapter battle also gets to go to SG Global Conference, which is like the big highlight. So that's what you're going to expect at the pitch battle. Also some networking and of course food. You mentioned tacos. I'm feeling like, we should have tacos because tacos are amazing since Taco Tech podcast, but
Good.
It's gonna be a
Senior
very good time.
Grubbies, maybe a little downtown Carlsbad Senior
Speaking of
Grubbies.
senior grubbies, Justin is one of our judges. So
Oh, amazing! Looks like
yeah,
we already
yeah.
have a sponsor for food that night.
I know. I was like, I should have asked Justin for tacos, but I didn't ask him this time for tacos. He's been very good. We've worked a lot together. I absolutely love. He's now on the board with us. I love having him. He's just an all around awesome guy.
Yeah,
And they do Senior Grubbies does so much community work. They do
I really do.
amazing community work, and they're so much fun to work with. But for future events, some of the things you can expect are amazing speaker series, bringing in really high level speakers for people to listen to give actually like practical knowledge that can move someone's business or startup in the right direction. Do you expect some fun social events that are good just to network with other people in the startup community? And then we're also going to have some master classes and other types of workshops where people can come and participate. Another really cool thing that we're doing is called a Spark Shop, which is an ideation workshop. So for people who want to have a startup, but they don't know where to start, we are running these workshops for people to actually ideate their startup using a technology called Spark Rockets, which
Hmm.
was developed and created by the former COO of Techstars, Scott Ford. So Scott, again, another just amazing member of the startup community. I actually met him in Boulder, Colorado. And, I was like, talk to me about what you're doing. And he was, explaining everything because he's obviously someone who's been in the startup world for a very long time with Techstars. And then for him to also have his own startup that helps startups. So being able to have these ideation workshops to really kind of start that startup journey for a lot of people who just have no idea where to start, these workshops will help them figure that out and lay a game plan. Everything from even coming up to a name to understanding like your target market and market strategy, where the needs are, how to really identify the problem that you're solving, and how to effectively solve that problem. So people can expect a wide variety of events, a little bit of fun, a little bit of education, but always a good time, and food, of course, because got to have food at everything.
Gotta have food. I love it. And in North County, where really during COVID, honestly, I think majority of the founder population moved to. Like I call it from La Jolla to Carlsbad, or really La Jolla to Oceanside is
Yeah.
kind of on the coast where it's moved to. And honestly, just straight east as well across
Yeah.
the community, a lot more there. You don't see, unfortunately, honestly, because I love the
Yeah.
downtown tech ecosystem that existed pre-COVID. And it's just unfortunate that offices and people moved north
Yeah.
during COVID. So, I think it's the right time to highlight, and it shows that Carlsbad's kind of leading in that area compared to like the San Diego County in general of where Startup Grind may be. It's just a gravity point of where things are happening right now, for sure.
Yeah. And North County is it's a great place to do it. People love coming here. And I love all of North County. I went to Vista High School. I live in Oceanside, and I, work in Carlsbad. So I've got that little trifecta there
Mhm.
going. And all the region, Fallbrook, SND, all of that, all of North County.
Yeah.
But that little trifecta right there, Oceanside, Carlsbad, Vista, it's such a vibrant space for people doing innovative things where founders are creating different things, and I just absolutely am so excited to really tap into that. I feel like we've
Totally.
got such a great opportunity, and Carlsbad is such a leading city. It is a leading city in so many different areas, and it was because Carlsbad is a leading city, one of the reasons that Startup Grind actually opened a chapter here, because they saw the value in Carlsbad as a city and what could be done in this region. And so being able to be a part in all of these different areas of development around Carlsbad to really drive innovation in the economy is phenomenal. It's so wonderful.
100%. And especially, of Carlsbad's got kind of leading industries that include
Mhm.
life sciences, sports and
Yes.
active lifestyle, technology broadly, which has its own veins of hardware and software and
Yep.
and clean tech, in that regard. So, there's definitely a ton of innovation happening there. And wherever there's big tech, always follows little tech, the startup world
Yeah.
as well too.
Yeah. We're like a little hidden gem. Like people, because a lot of
Mhm.
people don't, haven't known about Carlsbad for a while. And they don't think, when they think of Carlsbad, they don't think like, oh, that's a tech city, right?
Mhm.
But then if you come to Carlsbad, there is innovation happening in every corner, especially the life sciences. That's a big one. And
Yeah.
we've got big tech companies here, places like Viasat, and Thermo Fisher Scientific. Like there's a lot of technology that's happening in Carlsbad. And there's a reason why these major tech companies and life science companies choose Carlsbad to be their home base. Because there's so much opportunity and growth here, and the city is very, very pro business and very pro startup. And so when people can really see that and recognize that and get a little bit more attention, they'll start to come out of the woodwork a little bit more.
It's almost like you're a brand ambassador for the city of Carlsbad, Miss Vice Chair of the Chamber of Commerce.
I
But no,
am. I'm
but
definitely, yeah.
but giving a shout out honestly to Matt Stafford, who, of the City of Carlsbad Economic Development Department, who we've been partnering with and putting on Carlsbad Life in Action events.
Yes.
I'll give a shout out to our first event of the year, February 4th. We're doing a special event at Fashion File, a super hidden gem company in Carlsbad, and we're just bringing together people who are in fashion and in tech, because that's what they've done, actually. They've
I
created a
love that.
really cool tech platform for secondhand, super high-end luxury goods. So they have to do security and verification of, $10,000 to $100,000 purses. They've built a whole tech platform around that, but also have, every luxury brand that they partner with as well too. So that'll be one of 12 events that go on for Carlsbad Life in Action. And I'm sure there's going to be some cross collaboration here between those events, Startup Grind, maybe some joint events.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah.
As well too.
And when I talked to Matt too, the city, and that it helps too when you have a city that's excited about it, right? So when I'd reached out to Matt, they were excited to work with Startup Grind and to see, what Startup Grind could, do and how we could partner. So it helps not just being in this space, but being in a collaborative space where people are like, yeah, let's work together, right? It's like we have these organizations, you've got the city, you've got chambers coming together. And so when you have all these people who are actually willing to collaborate, you've got something amazing there. It's a lot of times it's so hard to get people on board. It's hard to get, the cities on board and the chambers on board and the organizations and the private businesses and then the people involved. And Carlsbad is that special place where all of that is actually happening. And it's happening right now. And I'm so excited to see more of it.
Love it. Well, Matt, I'm sure Matt will love the shout outs on this pod. But just love having more community leaders here in North County building community and ecosystem that regard, because it takes, a lot of people are building businesses and they need to. We need to have the best businesses here whatsoever, right? But it's also, it'd be very easy for everyone to just focus on only their business and never meet anyone, their neighbors or anything like that, and never find collaboration or these force multipliers. And so to take the time and build ecosystem and community for the business community is huge. It's gonna benefit all of us, and a rising tide will lift all boats. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. We gotta know at this point now. I've talked enough about tacos. We've got to know your favorite taco spot and what is the right order to get at that spot.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so being born and raised in Southern California, I've eaten quite a few tacos at quite a few places, and when it comes to tacos, it's so tough to pick. I love Jose's Taco Shop. It's like, just Jose's Taco Shop, absolutely fantastic. There's also this little spot. Well, I guess it's little. It's like right off the 5, and I think it's called like Pueblo Center Tacos or something. I can't remember even what the street it's off of, but they've got like $1.50 like fish tacos like every single day, and they're like the best fish tacos ever. If I have to pick a favorite taco in terms of taco type, it's birria tacos for sure. Love birria, it's good, but there's no such thing as a bad taco for me. Like all the tacos, beef, chicken, lengua, like all of it. Potato even, you get some potato tacos, all the tacos all day, every day, all the tacos. Even Taco Bell in there. They're not technically a real taco spot, but
no, they count.
They still count.
There's a right time and place for Taco Bell for sure. 100%. And birria, oh man, just for lunch today, I had at Nick's, south of Nick's, over in Paseo, their birria enchiladas. Oh my God. I was going to get birria tacos. The server talked me into, hey, if you like birria, try our birria enchiladas. Oh my God. So
you need birria fries though. Like I'm a big fan of always getting carne asada fries. Like that's my usual go-to if I'm not having tacos is carne asada fries. But if you can get birria fries, It's phenomenal.
Ooh.
It's like the best thing. It's like heaven on earth. I love it.
Yes. It sounds like we need to go have some beer at Fry's.
We need to.
But you mentioned potatoes. Have you had the steak and mashed potato taco? It's called the Mexicali at City Tacos.
No,
Oh,
but now I'm
so
going
good.
to.
I think the closest one might be an Encinitas. The Mexicali taco is the best taco that they
Now
have. And
I
they have
know
like
where I'm
40
going
different
on
tacos.
Tuesday.
There you go.
Taco Tuesday. That's where I'm going then.
Well, don't miss out on our event that is
Yeah.
happening. And then, so give us the details of the January 14th event, because I think we will have this podcast out before then.
Yes. So Startup Grind Global Pitch Battle, Carlsbad, January 14th, 1 to 3, Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce. Come hungry, come happy. You'll get to hear some amazing startups talk about their entrepreneurial journey and their pitches. And you also just make friends because it's fun. And why not? Right?
Yes,
Fun
love it.
is the most important thing.
Awesome. Well, we will see you all there. We're super excited for the restart of Startup Grind Carlsbad. And we love having the Maven back active, building in the community. So thank you for being on the podcast.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm sure I'll be seeing more of you soon and seeing you also on Tuesday.
Absolutely. Thank you. Cheers.
Startups get the party, startups get the party started. Startups get the party, startups get the party started. You want tech and tacos, tacos and tech. You know we got tacos and tech is on smash. For the green, guacamole. Keep accountants counting beans. Contador cuentan frijoles. Founders trying to raise some queso. La vida San Diego, school of rappy, rapping fire. Tortillas round jalapenos. In these modern times of craft beer and coffee, my coding yoga posse, fold the body, origami. We be surfing Coronado, eating tacos el gordo. The taco stand in puesto, lucha libre and sombrero. Gotta shout out Tecos, Tecos by the ocean, watch the sunset. La Jolla shores, entrepreneurs trying to get funded. When San Diego Startup Week is popping in the summer, Oceanside to Tijuana, SD be full of hustlers. From couch surfing to penthouses right on the beach. Tech leaders who believe stars are within reach. We interviewing founders who be shooting for the moon. Hashtag SD Tecos with your host, Neil Bloom. Come on! Startups get the party, startups get the party started. Startups get the party, startups get the party started. Startups get the party, startups get the party started. You want tech and tacos, tacos and tech. You know we got it, eh? Startups get the